Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to talk about how to stay motivated throughout your language journey. If you're looking for ways to be more motivated, the first thing you should do is pause and think why you want to be more motivated. Sometimes social media and StudyTube motivation videos can make us feel that we can just be a bit more productive, a bit more motivated, a bit more self-disciplined if we just push ourselves a bit harder. But is this true? I think the most important thing is we should be motivated by passion, not by the fear of not being as good as others. For example, we might be motivated to study harder because we want to do better than others. While this might work in the short term, it might also turn into a toxic mindset because we are judging whether we have achieved our goals based on how other people are doing, or worse, how we perceive how other people are doing. It is great to be inspired by others. When we see other students sharing their notes, we might feel inspired to study, but just make sure they inspire you in a positive way. So you aspire to be like them, not because you feel pressured to be like them, not because you feel inferior if you're not like them. Remember that your language journey is unique to you, and just because someone else speaks 10 languages doesn't mean you have to. Learning a language is a very long journey, so if we want to maintain motivation for years, we need to have a healthy mindset regarding language learning. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I want to be fluent in X number of languages by the time I turn 25 or 30. How do I stay motivated to reach that goal? Personally, I think a goal like this can be dangerous. We should be learning languages because we love the languages, not because we want the glory of being able to speak X number of languages, not because we just want to be able to say, I speak X number of languages. It is very, very hard to maintain motivation if we are only driven by an end result that is likely to be very far away. Another reason why this is not a very good goal is because how do we even measure fluency? For example, you might think fluency means passing the B2 proficiency exam or just reaching B2. But when you have passed the exam or when you have finished the B2 course, you might feel you can still be a bit more fluent. So then you come up with another definition of fluency. Wouldn't this mean you never reach your goal? Therefore, my first piece of advice would actually be, don't put fluency as your number one goal. I know ultimately we all want to be fluent in our target language, and we should set smaller and more manageable goals to help us achieve that. So if you want to set a result-oriented goal, it should be measurable and can be achieved within a defined time frame. So you could try something like this. I want to be able to understand A2 listening materials from this particular exam board by the end of this year. Or I want to be able to speak and write without having to check my grammar with a declension table. So in these two examples above, you have a clearer way of assessing your progress. My next tip is to do something you enjoy using your target language. So language learning doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be, an endless cycle of grammar exercises and listening comprehension exercises. You are more likely to stay motivated if you're enjoying yourself, so try and keep your language learning journey fun. For example, you can follow a recipe in your target language, or learn to sing a song, or watch your favorite film with dubbing or with subtitles in your target language. My next tip is to have regular social interactions with people who speak your target language, either native speakers or people who are learning the same language. So when we involve other people in our language learning journey, we are kept accountable. So this can be done by joining a conversation group, or booking regular lessons with an online tutor, or form a study group with people in your language classes if you're taking classes. We know that life is hectic and it is so easy to start prioritizing something else and just let language learning drop off your routine. But let's say you have had a busy week and haven't done much studying, but you still go to the weekly meetup because you've promised people that you would. And by doing this, you are reminded to get back on track of studying, because it's so easy to let life just get in the way of what we love. So I think it's so important that we have people who are there to support us. My next tip is to keep reminders of reasons why you want to study your target languages. This could be, for example, a souvenir from a holiday. If you have not seen my desk tour video, I'll link it in the description below, and you will see all the things I keep around my work desk to remind myself my passion for my target languages. Finally, it is important to not beat yourself up. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. So if you need to take a break, please do. Just make sure you have a clear idea of how long this break should be and get back into it after the break. So everyone's language journey is unique, and please don't feel pressured to compare yourself to others. We often only see a very specific part of someone else's life, and sometimes we might feel demotivated because everyone seems to be doing better. But there is so much we don't know. So everyone has different obligations and different commitments. People could have been learning the language for longer than they claim they have. Or maybe they already speak a similar language. And as cliche as it sounds, compare yourself only to yourself. Therefore, I think it's a good idea to keep a record of your progress through, for example, journaling or video recordings of you speaking. This way, you can look back and see how much you've achieved. I really do hope, whatever language you're studying, that you have fun and enjoy the journey. Let me know in the comments what motivates you to study your target languages. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next week for another video.